Welcome back to Gar's Graveyard Garage. Today we're going to see if we can finally finish up this IROC. Let's get it started. What's going on, everybody? Another fine day here in Texas, where yesterday it was 85, today it's 55, and then I think tomorrow we're back up to 75, 80 again. It just never ends. Anyways, I've got the parts to finally finish up the IROC, hopefully, well, minus one. The throttle body I ordered, I got a notification later that they were out of stock. So I quickly ordered another one from it was a used one from a Corvette. So we're gonna see if we can't possibly unstick this one, and if not, worst case scenario, I've got a used one on the way off of a Corvette that'll fit this car. Another thing I ordered, I took a lot of, a lot of you advised, hey, just put a trap door on the fuel tank, and good idea. So I ordered one, and since they did, such a great job of making a giant unnecessary hole, I had to go for, well, the biggest trapdoor I could find, and I guess it's gonna go lengthwise, and it should go right over that. So yeah, fix everything and then cut this out nice and neat and put the trapdoor on it. So next time this happens, we're good to go. Old fuel pump and sending unit and new one. I was kind of afraid, being that this one was $200 cheaper than any other ones I could find out there, but it looks fine. I mean, it doesn't do much other than move gas to the front of the car and tell you your fuel level, simple technology. So yeah, eBay came through for us on that one. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and put this together. I don't really need a video on it. It's just doing that over here. So I'm going to put the fuel pump and all this and get it back in the tank. And then we'll move on to, since the tank will be covered and sealed back up, go on to torching out a hole for the new access panel. So that's where we're starting, and here we go. Got the fuel pump put back in, and use that to make the template for what I need to cut out. So got the tank down far enough away from the sparks, hopefully. If not, this is going to make a very interesting video. But I'm going to go ahead and cut that out real quick, and then we'll start getting the door installed. Alright, I came back with my auto body tools. and managed to get most of these pretty flat. And so now I'm gonna go back and just tack weld them up. That way it's prettier, and then we'll have to prime the edges so we don't get any rust. So, all right, that's what we're gonna do next. It's not beautiful, but I never claimed to be a professional welder. But come back, grind it down, clean it up, paint it, and then we can get our trap door on there. We're getting there. All right, on to the next step. All right, it's actually the next day. I had to fast forward because yesterday I had to cut off early and go pick up the kid from school. But here's where we are. I got the fuel tank back in, got it all cleaned up, started installing the ring, and realized that I was short on rivets, so gonna have to stop there. But got the tank back in, all plumbed back in, wiring hooked up. So I figured now, threw a couple gallons of gas in it, turn the key to prime it, and we now have fuel pressure. So let's find out if she's gonna run. Here we go. All right. Got good fuel pressure. And a low battery. Let me grab my squirt bottle and we'll do that trick again. All right, changed it over to the RC bottle like somebody requested that I do. So squirt, squirt. All right, let's see what happens. Probably gonna have a problem with injectors now. Fun. None of the gauges. Yeah. No oil pressure gauge. Check engine light. I let it sit here and run a few minutes just to see if the thermostat was going to open and all that kind of stuff. Upper hose did get hot. Fans didn't kick on, so I'm guessing there's definitely a problem with the sensor or relay. And something is definitely cooking up inside there. It might be the mouse that built the little house because it smells pretty darn bad. But I left the mufflers off for right now, so it's just running straight out of the cat. But I think we're going to end up changing the exhaust out on this and maybe deleting the cat. I don't know yet. But I guess I'm going to finish putting all the shields back in and the crossbars and get this thing down on the ground so we can inspect it better. Maybe do a test drive. I know the brakes work because when we moved it, I was really surprised. Started coming off the trailer. I had to hit the brakes and it stopped. So those are working. Got lucky there. It's got one really bad tire, which we'll have to keep an eye on. We'll do a short test drive on it when we do it, just to make sure nothing happens. And I don't even know what we're doing with this car yet. I don't know if it's one we're gonna keep and fix up. I don't know yet. Yeah. Well, I guess next, I guess I'll just put it back together. You don't need to watch me do that, so I'll bring you back whenever I'm on to the next part. It'll probably be on the ground at that point. So, here we go. All right, she's back on the ground with a little PB blaster on the throttle body. It's actually seems to be working pretty good. So now I'm gonna find out if this thing moves or not. All right. Brakes. Uh-oh. All right, guess we should check the trans fluid. That's the only thing I haven't checked on this car. All right. It's gonna be hard to do this while I'm holding the camera, so I'm gonna check it real quick and then I'll be back. Yeah, she was about 5 quarts low. So let's see what happens now. Well, the fumes from this thing are woof. Oh, there she goes. Power steering? Yeah. Oh, we're moving. Make sure I don't take out the Chevy Love over here. Those fumes are coming right up in here. Whoa. She's got some pep to her. Quiet. I just wish the temperature gauge worked. I wasn't paying attention earlier. I did find the oil pressure gauge and sitting about halfway right now, but I noticed when I revved it up it jumped, so we got good oil pressure. All right, I guess the next thing is going to be checking the coolant, making sure she's good, and then we'll try a test drive, see how she does. All right, me and little one are going to go for a test drive. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 1 anything out that back window. Tire or what happened? Wait right here, let me see if we just blew a tire or what that was. Something might have fallen off. No? All the lug nuts are on. It's probably mud dauber's nest. Put your seatbelt back on. Safety first. Oh, this car rattles like crazy. But then yeah, there's no, somebody took the front shocks off this thing. And the back ones, I'm sure, are probably shot. Well, I'd say she's a runner and a driver, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I guess the next thing we'll do is clean it up, huh? You gonna help me detail it?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, we'll wrap that up for now, and then we'll come back when we figure out what we're doing next. It is the next day, and pretty much what we're gonna do is clean this thing. We're gonna see if we can get this crusty film off, whatever that is, probably the clear coat. Degrease this engine real good, get all these mud daubers nests out of here. And there's still a bunch in there. But that's what we're gonna do right now. So let's get that started. And there she is. Got most of that film off. Unfortunately, we knocked some of the IROC off, but they needed to be redone anyways. But I guess if I were to polish her, that's what she'd look like, since she's wet right now. but not too shabby. There was more mold and moss on this thing than I knew when I started. Well, there it is. I guess the next steps will be tune-up, oil change, probably do a radiator flush because it looks pretty murky in there. Stuff I'm not going to bore you with. Basically, it was, well, she run and drive, and she does. So now it'll be finishing touches and figuring out what we're going to do with it. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the next project's going to be. This coming week, we are going to start moving the ones I made an offer on. I think Wednesday we start moving them over. One of them I have to call in backup for because it's too big for us to move. Take that with you know, what you will, what it might be. But we're going to save the giveaway for the next video, and I'll post more details about it whenever that's coming up. But we are going to be doing a profile video on this one, since people have asked me about it, and I've got some video and pictures from start to finish of when I built that. But anyways, on to the next video, and if you see something that you want us to start on, let me know in the comments. The motor that I had shown before, that 440 horsepower 350, I was originally going to put it in the square body, but now it's actually going to go in one of the projects that I made an offer on because it needs an engine, and it had a 350 in it originally, so that's what's going to go in there. But so when that, I'm not sure when that's going to get here. I'm waiting on paperwork on that too. He said he lost the title because he bought it back in '87 and he's not sure where the title is. But in the meantime, if there's something else you want to see us get started on, Chevy Love, still tinkering with, got the homemade ladder rack off of it, and we're gonna start on that one. We'll be filming some bits and pieces as we do things to that, but we've got a little ways to go before we give that away at the 100,000 subscriber mark. But I do need to go ahead and knock out that 50 shoebox, get that up and running. The old square body will probably just go through the motor and just basically overhaul it, get it back up to par since she's a little worn out. And then the Volkswagen thing, a lot of people have asked about that. I have some plans for that. It is not going to be a restoration, because what you couldn't see in the video is the whole front nose off of that thing has been chopped up, and there's also chop marks throughout the body of that thing. But I do have some ideas to where we are going to kind of rat rod Mad Max it and fuse together a couple cars into one and make it just something fun, since it would be it would cost way too much to put that thing back on the road as a thing. You could just go buy another one, so not worth it. But all right, guess I'm going to cut it off here, and stay tuned for a short video coming soon that I'll indicate which video is going to have the giveaway in it. So until the next time, please like, subscribe, and thanks for tuning in.